Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Road Tripping with Rachel. I'm Rachel and it is Sunday morning, so you guys are watching this on Thursday. So yes, I do pre-film some of the activities and stuff that I do, actually all the activities and stuff that I do, because I have a full-time job. But I thought it would be fun to just take you on like what a Sunday looks like for me. So I actually woke up at like 5:15 this morning. That's not normal. It's not normal. However, woke up, went back to bed, and then woke up like half an hour later. It was like, I'm already awake. Let's just go on ahead and get started for the day. So I've already got my bed made. I've showered. I just finished doing some dishes, and now I am starting to fry up some bacon. I cut my bacon in half so that way I feel like I'm getting more. There's always an odd number of slices of bacon, so today's the day we're just going to eat the 3 pieces and call it good. But I'm just doing bacon, scrambled eggs, and then once the bacon finishes up here, I'm going to make myself some hash browns too, because I like to have my typical breakfast is normally like some kind of bacon, eggs, and then sometimes some kind of carb. Although some mornings I will do just straight like oatmeal or something like that. Last few mornings I've made shashuka, but still like I'd have an egg with that. So we're just gonna go see how the day goes. My hair is like this. I was not planning on just having my hair up in a messy bun. This is how I normally sleep. I had gotten one of those heatless curler where you put it on your head and you braid it around. I am apparently a very mobile sleeper because I woke up this morning and it was like attached by the scrunchie. And that was it. It was just this long thing hanging out. So we'll have to try that again. If I ever get good results, I'll share them. But yeah, that was pretty bad. So curling iron it is today before I head to church. I'm a first service kind of girl because I like to get up and get moving pretty early. But I am going to get my breakfast finished up and eaten, and then I really want a hot cup of coffee this morning. So I'll pop back on here in a little while. Welcome to my bathroom. Obviously I'm dressed, I've eaten my breakfast already. I need to do something with my hair. Yesterday was wash day, so it's all nice and clean and fluffy, but I need to actually do something with it. I think since I tried to curl it, it's already got some wave in it, so that's what we're gonna do. And I'm actually making pretty good time. By the time I finish up my hair, it'll be time for me to walk out of the apartment for services. And my church isn't that far away. Some of the criteria, like when I was looking for a church, and I already warmed this up by the way, some of my criteria when I was church shopping was I wanted it to be like nearby. I grew up traveling like 20 minutes to get to church, which isn't that big of a deal given like the general overall area that I grew up in, but it is a much bigger deal whenever you're like, hey, I'm working, and if I'm gonna go out of my way to get to church like on like a Wednesday night or whatever night your small group is, it's like I know for myself like removing a couple of excuses would be beneficial for me, so that's what I did. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna get this taken care of, and so cue the time lapse. Look, it's movie magic. I'm all done with my hair. We got the curls today. Turned everything off. There we go. Ta-da! Get you guys a little bit of a better view. There we go. It's curly. I have naturally wavy hair anyway, so the curl just kind of gives it a little something extra. But I'm gonna go ahead. I really don't wear that much makeup on the regular. More like I'll do a little bit of my eyebrows just to kind of darken them. frame my face just a little bit better with slightly darker eyebrows. Because I'm a blonde. When you're blonde, things don't always show. Like, you can definitely see my eyebrows, but it helps just to add a little something extra. And I feel like I want a little bit of sparkle today, so I use some highlighter. I love this stuff. It's great. It's a little bit on the eyes because it's Sunday after all. And 2 swipes on each eye and I'm good to go. Okay, time for me to get my shoes on and get to church. Woo, these shadows from being here in the parking lot. So, just finished service. It was great. There's this lovely older couple who's in my small group that I normally sit near, and they actually ended up behind me today, and super nice. And then their neighbors came today, but we have been going through 1 Samuel, and today we were at what the pastor referred to as the potty story, which, if you know, you know, but King Saul in a cave. David's also in the cave. David could have killed him and instead just cuts off a piece of his robe. But it's been a really good study, and today, like, we talked a lot about forgiveness, and I think it is very important, and the pastor made some really good points with it, and I was kind of waiting to see, like, what he was going to say, because I've listened to some podcasts and stuff I've listened to some podcasts and read several, like, articles and done Bible studies on it. That's the stuff for, like, forgiveness. And a lot of times in the church, we tend to think that, oh, forgiveness means that you treat them like you did beforehand. And realistically, and I believe we do see this even with David, with everything that happens between him and King Saul, is that David says, yes, I forgive you, but also that doesn't mean I'm going to trust you. And I think that's really important. Sometimes forgiveness is not easy, and that was something that we didn't talk too terribly much about, like how hard forgiveness is. But he did make a really good point, which it wasn't the thrust of the sermon in and of itself, and like there's just a time crunch, but I think the pastor did a really good job of explaining that, yes, we are called to forgive as Christians for the people who sin against us, and that we do need to respect sometimes the authority that is above us, even when we don't like them or they aren't deserving of any respect. We still need to show them at least respect because of the office that they hold, and that we need to genuinely care about them. That doesn't necessarily always mean that we like them. And then we do need to be able to forgive, and we need to work towards forgiveness, but that does not mean that you forget about what they have done or that you don't hold them accountable. He didn't say that, like that specific phrase, holding them accountable, but it was implied with what he was talking about. I do wish he would have actually have said it, but it was really good. I'll try and make sure I link the website in this video, so that way if you want to check out my church, you can. It's a good church, especially if you are here in the St. Louis area, more like in the Arnold, Fenton kind of area. If you know, you know where that's at. It's a good church. It's about 10 years old. It was a church plant. But yeah, that's where I would say would be a really good place to check out if you are here in the local area, or just even to hear the sermons. I like the breakdown that they give to the sermons. That was a big drive for why I chose to go on ahead and join. But really good. Sometimes sermons are hard.
because like you really need to hear them, and because they resonate with you, because of, like, there might be things that you're dealing with, and sometimes you come away and you feel like very edified and like built up from the sermon. Sometimes it really hits you where it hurts, and it calls you to forgive. It calls you to self-contemplation and like to repentance, which is what it's supposed to be doing. And sometimes that's just really hard. Sometimes it's just hard. But I am actually headed back to my apartment right now. I actually need to get some more lessons filmed for this upcoming week. So if you see me in this outfit the day before or the day after, just know I got stuff filmed. I probably will actually like change my shirt. But just know, yes, I got to get that done. Okay, I was actually out at my parents' this afternoon. Instead of going to visit my grandparents, they actually drove in to see mom and dad. And I helped put up a few of their Christmas decorations that are outside, mainly because I'm taller than my mother. It was easier for me to reach up while my dad was busy doing something else. And then I like to go bumming. That's what I just call it, where I just go driving around. My cousin and roommate calls it adventuring. I call it bumming. That's just what my family's always called it. And I found myself up at a Clothes Mentor, which is just it's a women's resale shop. Really nice. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but I've shopped at them now for years. There was some that were in the Kansas City area when I lived out there. They've all closed up, I guess. Like, resale just doesn't do quite as well in KC. But out here in the St. Louis area, like, they're doing pretty well. I know where 2 locations are at, and so I like to go and visit them. I do thrift the majority of my clothing, or do it resale like this. You can normally find a little bit better quality here than you would at, like, say, like a Goodwill or something like that. Or like a Savers, anything like that. Clothes Mentor is just a little bit more picky. But a lot of times, like on Sundays, it's kind of my day to like rest and reset and just get ready for the week. Normally I do my make sure this is off. Yeah, normally I do my food prep, but I actually did that yesterday, so which means I actually have quite a bit of free time on my hands. So I don't totally know what I'm going to do with myself for the rest of the day, but I did buy myself a sweater. Now, I have always been of the opinion that I never wanted to be that person who has a bunch of themed outfits, okay? The only time I allow myself to have themed outfits is here around Christmas. Only time I allow it. And I have a Nutcracker sweatshirt. I have the red sweatshirt I've worn in a couple of my videos already that says Good Yule across the front, and I sewed that, so I was quite proud of it. But I saw this, and I actually saw this like a month ago and told myself that I wasn't going to buy it. And then it was still there, but like, this is the back. It's got these cute buttons that go down the back. They're not functional at all, but I thought that was super cute. I really like that. And then it's full of little Santa gnomes and Christmas trees. It's adorable. I'm so excited about this. Yes, I'm going to be that lady. When I was a few years younger, and I still feel this way, I want to be the Sunday school equivalent to Miss Frizzle. Like, I want to be that slightly eccentric lady at church who just has a lot of cool things that she wears to church, and like all the kids just think she's the coolest thing ever. Now, I might not necessarily feel called to teaching a Sunday school class in the children's area, but I want to be that really cool lady at church who just has all the sweaters and the earrings and all the fun crafts and stuff to do that I just hand out to all the other Sunday school teachers. But I would love to be that person. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start heading towards my apartment. I gotta figure out what I want to do for dinner. I ate a pork steak over at Mom and Dad's, which, you know, so nutritionally balanced it was. That's a joke, but that was what I had, and it was delicious. I'm not gonna lie, I love a good pork steak. And then I had my eggs and bacon and my shredded hash browns for breakfast. But I do need to start figuring out what I'm gonna do as far as dinner goes. So we'll have to get that figured out here soon. All right, it is getting a little later now. I have been, and here's Finny. Is that right, Finny? You're excited to be you're going to be on YouTube with me.
Yep, I do talk to my cat. It's been a fun day. I've already got my meal prep done and everything. I've got some other stuff that is currently in my Instapot, but I hope you enjoyed spending Sunday with me, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye.